All right, we're going to watch Asher's backstroke here, underwater from the side. And as you're watching these videos, Asher, also in the email, we did put in some notes in there just for you to have some things to kind of follow back on as you watch the videos, and then also that you can just kind of read from time to time. Upper body looks really, really good as we first look at it. That kick definitely needs to get stronger. As you can see pretty clearly, your legs are a little bit lower than we'd like to have them. We want that kick up a little bit higher. Lynette talks a lot about having white water. Wow, that's a great streamlined dolphin kick underwater. I don't know why we don't see that all the time, Asher. We talk a lot about how when you come off those walls, you come off that wall sideways. So we'll come back to that. I can promise you that. Let's go back to the start of your stroke here, and we'll kind of take down a couple of notes that we see. So the very first thing that we're going to talk about, that head position is really, really good. I mean, you've got your head's back, and you can kind of see your upper body is nice and high in that water. And as we get more towards the side, you're going to see a little bit better. But right here, pinky entry, thumbs up, pinkies down. That's really, really good job. Okay, we like that a lot. You always want to make sure you have that pinky entry every single time. You do a good job of catching down that water, and then really, you can see with that wrist, you're pushing all that water towards your feet, which is exactly what you want to do. It's almost like you're kind of throwing a tennis ball, which is a drill that we're going to be doing at some point, where you kind of throw that tennis ball down towards your feet. So you do a good job of catching good water on that left side. I like that a lot. As you finish that stroke, okay, good. Your other hand is going in, your pinky's in. Stand a little bit lower, try to get that up a little bit quicker. We want to have a good, strong, fast tempo. But once you come up, let's look real quick at this left hand, because this is when we're looking at. As you start to come up, you can kind of see how your wrist starts to bend down, right? So you're not really finishing that stroke with your thumb up. We always want thumbs up, and then we want pinkies in. So really, your thumb's up the entire time, but that thumb should be up. You don't want to come up with that flat wrist, because you're kind of missing that little bit of the last part of that pull as you're pushing through that water. Again, though, here as you get halfway through that catch, you can see the strength and the really good agility here with that arm pull. I mean, that's really, really good. I mean, really perfect job with that hand. So let's look at your body line here, okay? So your upper body, everything's up pretty good here. But then you can see your hips are down here and your legs are a little bit lower than we want to see. And I'm going to put the line right between your legs, because your kick's really staying right between that kick. You want to see those hips up here a little bit more with the whole body line right near that surface of the water. Okay, so if you get your head back, and I think we'll see that on the above water clip. If you get that head back, all of a sudden your hips are going to come up a little bit better. You do have a good strong kick all the way through. I mean, it's nice and steady. It's nice and steady, breaking back and forth, up and down, all the way through, so that's good. I don't see any crossover kick at all. Now, as you go into your turn here, what you see real quick here is the palms are up, right? Okay, what I want to see you try and do is, as you're getting ready to start that flip turn, okay, so right here, you want to turn those palms so they're facing down towards the bottom of the pool, and you want to kind of take your hands almost as if you're going to throw water towards your face. You're going to take those palms, bring them up towards your face, and that's going to help get them into a nice tight streamline. It'll also help bring those legs over a little bit quicker. So right here, good job with your head position, good job with your hand or your legs, and your hands are out a little more wide than I want to see, and that's where we're kind of talking about throwing water. To keep those hands closer together with palms up, you're going to help get those hands a little bit closer to your body. You don't want those hands getting too far out to the side. And then if you look at your head's kind of looking on an angle, so it's almost like you over-rotated just a little bit. And again, with your palms and your hands, I think you can control that a little bit better if you don't over-rotate, if you really bring that water or bring those hands towards your face. As you push off, you can see you're just starting that push off. Your arms aren't quite together. Your hands are a little bit separated. Do make sure to get that streamline in a little bit tighter. But once you leave that wall, I mean, that's a good streamline. Now, Asher, you and I have talked before. You tend to push off the wall on your side, almost like you're looking over this direction. Almost all the time. So the fact that I see you push it off directly on your back tells me two things. First thing tells me you're listening, so that's good. But the second thing tells me is you can do it this way all the time. So keep working at that, okay? And then make sure when you push off that wall, don't start that kick quite right away. Wait about a second or two, and then get the dolphin kick. The fastest point you are in a race is always going to be your start, right? But the second fastest point you are is when you push off that wall. Once you start kicking, all of a sudden you start slowing down a little bit because you've broken that streamline. So do hold that streamline just a little bit longer. But, I mean, this body line here, that's sick. That is so, so good. Really, really well done there. And we're halfway through our kicks, and we're already half a body length past the flags. Okay, so really good. You're almost a body length and a half now past the flags as you're getting ready to start that first stroke. Now, the one thing is, as you start that first stroke, it's a little bit late. You got to start that a little bit more. You can see here that your left hand is completely above the water, and your right hand has really just begun, and your head's already above that water. So work at getting the breakout a little bit earlier. Let me rewind you a little bit. As you're coming up, if you can start that breakout right about here, all of a sudden now your hands will be right at your hip, ready to go, and you'll be into your stroke, okay? The one thing you did do really, really well on, and I will point this out because I don't see a lot of people do it, and it's funny that more people don't. For whatever reason, most people don't pay attention to what hand is on the bottom. And right here, your left hand is on the bottom, which means that should be your first stroke, right? A lot of people will go the wrong way for some reason, but you actually catch it right away. Drop that left hand, which is the one that should be catching. So good job there with the breakout, but just get a little bit earlier. And we definitely got to work on those feet. All right? Good job, Asher.